Why is your brain physically designed to fail at sake menus? It is not your fault, it is a biological trap. Opening a sake list triggers a reaction called decision fatigue. Your brain is small, but it consumes 20% of your body's total energy. A wall of kanji drains your brain's glucose like a leak. When your energy is low, you stop thinking and start gambling. You point at a random bottle and hope for good luck. But guessing is a dangerous gamble for your palate and health. One wrong guess leads to a liquid that tastes like poison. High alcohol without balance causes a sharp, painful ethanol burn. This burning sensation creates a permanent negative memory in your brain. I call this sake trauma, and it can last a lifetime. I am a pharmacist and a certified international sake sommelier. I use science to provide a safety scan for your evening. I have done the complex math, so you don't have to. I will teach you a 3-step protocol to hack any menu. You will find the best bottle without knowing the Japanese language. Stop guessing and start identifying the hidden patterns today. Look at the physical menu in your hand right now. Is it a thick, heavy book or a single sheet of paper? Grand menus in thick books often hide a dangerous freshness gap. Restaurants buy these regular bottles in massive bulk quantities. They sit in warm warehouses for months, slowly losing their chemical soul. As a pharmacist, I look for markers of molecular stability. Premium sake relies on delicate esters, the molecules that provide fruity scents. But these molecules are unstable and break down easily under heat. If a bottle is stored on a warm, lit shelf, it becomes a liquid zombie. I once chose a world-famous brand because it was displayed on a shelf. The bottle was beautiful, but it was sitting under a bright halogen light. One sip gave me a physical shock like eating old, rotten radishes. The light acted as a catalyst for a nasty chemical reaction. This foul smell is caused by a molecule called DMTS dimethyl trisulfide. DMTS forms when sulfur-containing amino acids are damaged by heat and light. To your nose, it smells like wet cardboard or old onions. A liquid zombie is chemically alive but sensory dead inside the glass. If there is no cold chain management, the price tag means nothing. Instead, hunt for the thin, handwritten sheet of paper on your table. In Japan, this is called the Kisetsu no Osusume, or seasonal list. Handwriting is a biological signal of recent human activity. It means the chef or the manager updated the list this morning. These special bottles have a very fast inventory turnover. Because the stock is limited, the bottle was likely opened within 48 hours. Fast rotation guarantees the enzymes and esters are still vibrant. This single piece of paper is your safety scan for the evening. Tonight, put down the heavy, dusty book and pick up the paper. Safe bet. Only order from the handwritten daily specials list. You only need to identify one visual icon. This is Junmai Ginjo, the biological peak of balance. 20 years ago, I stared at menus and felt totally lost. I bought high prices, but I did not find my flavor. I learned that the secret is the polishing ratio percentage. Travelers often choose basic Junmai, meaning pure rice sake. They think it sounds healthy and natural because it has no additives. But standard-grade Junmai can often feel too heavy for a beginner. Standard Junmai usually keeps 70% of the grain. The outer layer contains fats that cause zatsumi, meaning chemical noise. It often has intense earthy notes like mushrooms or soil. Earthy smells come from the metabolic biology of koji mold. But the actual sweet scent of rice is called grainy. The solution is to find the Goldilocks zone of polishing. Junmai Ginjo is polished more, leaving only 60% or less. This specific 10% difference removes the fatty noise while keeping the rice flavor. It is the most reliable choice for a clean, elegant evening. On your next menu, look for these 4 characters. Safe bet. Memorize the visual shape of the characters. Let's talk about the logic of the price list. Is the most expensive bottle always the best choice? I once ordered a $100 bottle to impress my colleagues. We were eating salty yakitori with a very strong soy sauce. The expensive, delicate sake tasted like plain, expensive water. Strong soy sauce creates a massive umami wall on your tongue. High concentrations of salt and glutamate mask subtle aromas. The delicate esters in premium sake cannot climb this wall. We wasted money because the pairing logic was missing. The safe bet is actually the middle-priced bottle. In marketing science, this is called the price anchor strategy. The middle bottle is usually the star of the restaurant. It is robust enough to match the chef's intense flavors. Middle-priced sake has the highest inventory turnover in Japan. High turnover guarantees the liquid is always fresh and vibrant. Check the middle of the price list for your winner. Fast sales mean you are drinking the freshest chemical liquid. Safe bet, choose the second or third most affordable option. As your pharmacist, I want you to feel great tomorrow morning. Let's talk about the liver shield on your table. In Japan, you receive a small appetizer called otoshi. Don't think of it as a fee, think of it as a benefit. Your stomach has a gatekeeper called the pylorus. The pylorus is a muscular valve that controls exit to the intestine. On an empty stomach, this gastric gate stays wide open. Alcohol rushes into your blood like a high-speed train. This causes a sharp blood alcohol spike and a painful headache. The fats and proteins in the otoshi dish close that gate. Eating otoshi first protects your system from the alcohol shock. It gives your liver time to process the ethanol safely. Always finish your otoshi before taking your first big sip. This is the scientific way to start a long night. Now let's look at your tongue's secret TRPM5 sensors. These sweetness receptors only turn on when the liquid is warm. If your sake feels too dry or sharp, use your hands. Warm the glass with your palms for 60 seconds. This thermal energy unlocks the hidden flavor of the rice. The rice sweetness will suddenly bloom on your palate. Science allows you to customize flavor without any kanji. In the world of sake, dry is the most dangerous word you can use. Most travelers use dry to mean crisp and light, like a cold white wine. But in Japan, the word karakuchi, meaning dry, is a complex chemical trap. It does not always mean refreshing or easy to drink. I once recommended a famous super dry sake to a foreign colleague. He took one sip, made a painful face, and looked at me with shock. He whispered, "This tastes like expensive gasoline." I realized then that my scientific advice had caused him sake trauma. The bottle had a high sake meter value, meaning it was chemically dry, but it also had very high alcohol and low acidity. To his brain, the dryness was not a flavor, it was a physical burn. As a pharmacist, I call this the alcohol paradox. High alcohol, meaning 17% or higher, is less dense than water. This pushes the numbers on the label into the super dry range. However, ethanol molecules at this strength trigger heat receptors in your throat. Instead of feeling crisp, you feel a sharp, aggressive ethanol sting. If you want to avoid this burn, stop using the word dry. Using a vague word is like taking a random pill without a label. Instead, use this magic phrase to unlock the chef's logic. "Kono ryori ni ao osusume wa dore desu ka?" This means, which sake matches this specific dish best? This one sentence changes the entire chemistry of your evening. It triggers the professional pride of the restaurant staff. In Japan, servers know which bottle is at its peak freshness. They know which liquid can climb over the umami wall of your food. This phrase shifts the biological risk from you to the expert. It is the most efficient way to get a safe bet without studying kanji. Stop guessing your way through dinner and start using the expert's brain. Finally, you must perform the safety ritual of water. Order a bottle of yawaragi mizu, or soothing water, immediately. Water dilutes the concentration of acetaldehyde in your blood. Acetaldehyde is the toxin responsible for your painful morning. My professional rule is the 1-to-1 ratio. Drink 1 full glass of water for every glass of sake. This is my clinical prescription for a perfect Japan trip. Now you can scan any menu like a professional auditor. Stop guessing and start enjoying your sake evening tonight. Let's review your safety scan report for tonight. 1. Scan for the handwritten daily sheet. Freshness is the best antidote to chemical off flavors like DMTS. 2. Find the 4 characters for Junmai Ginjo. Identify Junmai Ginjo to hit the Goldilocks zone of purity. 3. Target the middle-priced bottle for high turnover. Fast-selling sake contains the most vibrant esters and enzymes. 4. Utilize the otoshi as your liver's defensive shield. Let fats and proteins close your stomach's exit gate. 5. Maintain the 1-to-1 ratio with water. Dilute the toxins before they ever reach your brain cells. Today's logic is a tool for your scientific discovery. Use your own tongue to verify these molecular facts. Download my sake menu cheat sheet in the link below. Subscribe to see the why behind every single glass. Your healthy morning begins with 1 glass of water tonight. Kanpai!
Thank you for watching Sake Visually. Subscribe for more visual sake guide. And now, kanpai!